Yeah, I just wanted to show you something today that could make your life a little bit easier, and a lot of people probably already do this, but if you don't, then maybe you'll find this useful. So this is going to be regarding packaging cards in order to mail them away, and also just a bit about storing your cards to keep them safe. So first I'll just quickly go over what's probably the best method for packing a card, and you generally see stores doing this, and probably you're not seeing anything new here, but for the sake of the video we'll start here. So obviously first you want to start with a sleeve, you put it in here. Top loader, sleeve goes in the top loader, and then what you see stores do is they'll put this inside one of these bags after so that the top of the top loader is sealed. However, quite often I find myself without one of these bags, and in order to get around not having one of those, an easy thing you can do is just put the card in the sleeve upside down and then put it in the top loader, and that way basically it's still sealed. Like the top loader here is not sealed, but the card is safe because nothing is going to touch the top of the card, and that means that you can just use one single piece of tape. Another thing that I like to do is just fold over the tape like this. That will make it much easier to remove. I really appreciate it when people do this because then I don't have to scrape the tape off the top loader. Just one single piece of tape, there you go. Put that in the envelope and your card's ready to send. However, sometimes you might not have a top loader also, right? Or maybe you're sending a card that's worth like $1 or less, and at that point, I wouldn't really fault you for not using a top loader, because honestly, it's not really worth it, right? What I end up receiving in the mail a lot is things like this, just kind of like a random piece of cardboard. People will take the card, put it in here, maybe they'll put a couple extra cards for a little bit more security, probably put this in a sleeve also, right? And I'll tape this up. But something that I find myself doing that I think works just as well is rather than using a random piece of cardboard, what you can do, just grab a penny sleeve and a perfect fit. You put the card in the perfect fit upside down for the same reason, to make sure that no tape is going to touch it. Put this in the penny sleeve, and then you can grab basically as many cards as will fit within the weight limit of the envelope. For me, it turns out to be 7 cards. So just put these in here, and with these extra cards, that's going to give it a similar rigidity to that of a top loader. And once again, you can just take one piece of tape, put it on here, and that's going to secure this so that when your buyer or the person you're trading with receives that, they can just pull this out, take the piece of tape off, get their card, and it's going to be fine. Another similar thing that I see some people do and that I find myself doing also is we'll save the booster pack wrappers, and these are perfect for mailing cards. It's just kind of the same idea as this. You put your card in a sleeve, fill this up with some extra cards, tape it up, and that's pretty much good to go. I think these methods work quite well. If it's a particularly valuable card, then yes, I do still want to use a top loader, but honestly, after sending hundreds upon hundreds of packages, I feel quite confident about this method as well. And then just a last little thing that I want to show you that relates to putting the card in the sleeve upside down can help with storing your cards to keep them safer. So when I have a binder full of cards such as this, what I like to do is ideally put all of the cards in a perfect fit. Personally, I just love the feel of a card in a perfect fit sleeve, so I like to put them in a sleeve and in the binder. But if I don't have enough perfect fits, usually I'll just do this for cards that are particularly valuable, like a Hashtag Oasis or foil cards. So you put it in upside down, and then you put it in here. So it's going to be the same idea as putting it in upside down for the top loader or a sleeve. It's going to seal the top so that nothing can get in here. You might think that is a little bit unnecessary with a binder, but actually, especially with foil cards, dust can tend to get into the top of the sleeve, and with a foil card, if it's in there for a long time, it does actually damage the card. So I like to always store my foils like this to protect them. And yes, I know this card is not foil, but you get what I'm saying. But anyway, I guess that's all that I wanted to show you. And like I said, a lot of people probably already do this, but I figured I'd point it out anyway. Anyway, though, if you're still watching, thanks for watching. It'd be cool if you can like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. But otherwise, I'll talk to you later.